Hello and welcome. You are listening to The Hello You Show. I'm your host, Jessica Rice, and the founder of Jessica Rice Coaching. This show is for ambitious and visionary-minded women leaders and entrepreneurs ready to uplevel their impact and establish their personal brand and unique voice. It's time, ladies, to make our voices heard. Say hello again to the real you. Hi, my name is Jessica Rice. I am the host of the Hello You Show, where I work with women leaders and business owners to leverage their expertise and really hone their authentic voice. Today, I want to talk to you about a really important topic, which is honoring where you are right now. Anyone who has worked hard to grow in their career has experienced that continual push to keep proving themselves over and over again, where you really enlist that drive and ambition to keep pushing forward. But at a certain point in your success, you start to realize that you may need to start considering what that next chapter of your life is looking like for you. And you may realize that you're not on the same trajectory that you once were. And so now you're having to weigh out different decisions and make different considerations in relation to what it looks like for your future. And do you stay within the same position or role that you're currently in? Do you move laterally? Do you move up? Or do you move out? And you might start asking, is it sustainable? What will this provide for me? Will it bring more balance? And these are really big issues that you're facing as a leader or as an owner of a business when you're starting to reach that next chapter and you're wondering what it will look like. And you might start experiencing a bunch of different emotions that are very real, and they might start to present themselves as confusing because you might start asking, do I need to keep moving forward? Do I need to keep pushing myself? And you start thinking of it versus, title seeking versus satisfaction seeking, where you're looking from this external lens or judgment on your career versus an internal lens or judgment on your career. You might be facing that cultural expectation to continually compete with others, whether it's other businesses or others within your field. You might wonder, how do you stay relevant and can you maintain at this pace? Do you need to stay where you are currently in your career? Do you have to keep moving forward? And you might start asking, can I take on more responsibilities? What does that look like for me if I do? Does it go in alignment with my goals, or does it detract from my goals? Is it going to take more time away from my family? Is it going to require that I stay on top of more technology changes and shifts? Does it mean that I'm going to have increased stress? Does it mean that I'm going to have to keep working at this pace? And you might really start wanting to hone the skills that you already have versus having to continually learn new ones. And you might be wondering, is this the path that you want to take? Are you becoming that Jill of all trades, master of none? Or can you just leverage and hone the expertise that you've gained throughout your career? So these are very real fears around uncertainty in relation to your future. And there are questions that start to come up, will you be able to stay at that current pace and accomplish your goals? Will you be able to keep up with that younger and upcoming talent? Will you be perceived as lazy or less committed? Will you be seen as driven by external motivating factors outside of your company and potentially less driven internally? All these thoughts can start to create this blizzard effect in our mind where we lose clarity around our goals and we truly become paralyzed in fear around making the wrong decisions and the impact of that decision on our lives. And we struggle potentially with setting appropriate boundaries around taking on too much responsibility in an effort to appear eager and remain relevant. And so in this case, a really big mental shift is needed to bring the appropriate perspective back to your life, where you're no longer, choosing to prove yourself over and over again, but you're having this appreciation and this love and this gratitude for yourself and what you've accomplished. It's really about paying attention with full focus and clarity on your higher calling and what it is that you bring to the table and the impact that you lead with all of those years of experience and that desire to really change your life, your family's life, and make that big impact within your career. It's about how you lead and serve others with meaning, and it's purpose driven. So, a couple of things to consider as you're maybe in this state, which is it's not a poor reflection of your work ethic or drive if you choose to not take on more. If anything, it shows a greater care for the work that you do, and you do it with precision. It's not an indicator of a lack of commitment. It's really about having a commitment to the overall outcome that you are bringing, and it can only be achieved with greater focus and mental clarity. It's about recognizing your own limitations and really having that wisdom to know what you're able to achieve within a certain set of conditions and setting yourself up for success, not spiraling out of control. It's truly about honoring yourself, the work and the dedication to gaining the skills and expertise that you have reached, and being able to confidently say no and finding that balance in your life. It's about enjoying and reaping the harvest, your hard work for the beautiful life that you have cultivated for yourself and your family and your company. I want to encourage you to recognize your own power. You have the ability to say no after a long procession of saying yes. And that is empowering. Being able to state that you are not willing to sacrifice your mental health, your family, and the time that you spend with them, and that need to continually prove yourself. You already have. This is a time to start strategizing your next move. It's a time to really start paying attention to what it will mean for you and how it aligns with the life that you desire to lead and cultivate for this next chapter. You have the power to start making those decisions and really factoring in what's important for you as you move forward. There's really nothing wrong with taking on more. But if you're taking on more out of fear versus out of progress, then you're putting yourself into a dangerous situation where you're no longer in control of the outcome and you become a victim of the circumstance instead of the champion of your own life. I really look forward to hearing from you and how you felt that this conversation aligned for you and did it resonate. I hope that you can subscribe and follow and stay in touch for more content in relation to leadership and the things that women face in leadership. Please go ahead and fill out the Q&A and the poll that's inside of Spotify. That lets me know how this how this resonated for you. It is also done anonymously, so you don't have to worry about the risk or the impact that might have on you. So it's completely anonymous, and you are able to share with me how this episode resonated for you. I'd love to hear more of your ideas and what you'd like to hear more about. So please comment, leave a message, reach out to me on Spotify and send me a verbal message, however it works for you. And that way I can start thinking of different things to add to the show that are relevant to you and what you're facing within your life, your career, your business. Stay in touch. I look forward to sharing more with you this next time.